Richard, come sit there.
Yeah, I'm coming. I don't want to drop me.
And Jim, you can sit right next to
Say stuff, just went live.
Oh, you want me to talk?
Yeah.
Okay, we online? Okay.
Yeah.
Good evening and welcome to Inside the Mental Health. I'm Bob Dibney, your host. And we'll have a few people on later. But to my right is a lovely and beautiful and highly intelligent Emily Welch. Hi, Emily.
Thank you, Bob.
Somebody's calling me.
Oh, yep,
we have a laid-back show. I'm going to see what this is. Okay. Hello, Carolyn. We just went on live, Carolyn, if you don't mind. We'll watch the show. Bye.
Sorry about
Anyway, and to Carolyn's, well, we don't have a focus, but Richard, we have Richard Phelps way over there.
Hey.
And hi, Richard.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm a job fair.
Oh.
Emily?
Hey,
We don't see you on TV, Richard.
Hang on one. Yeah, scooch over. I'll adjust
Can you
this,
scooch over closer to Emily?
Okay, what is this?
And you'll be on TV.
I'm not sure what this is.
Anyway, you know, because we don't have much time to come back on the show after the last show, you know, we takes a while, so just bear with us, you know, a little glitch, but we're all right.
Yeah.
We thank y'all for tuning in, and I think we're going to have a good show tonight. First of all, before we start the show, and I'm Bob Dibney, your host, and that's Richard Phelps, the computer guru. We call him the computer guru because he knows all about computers, whereas it's Hebrew to me, you know. But anyway, we usually do prayers, and I would like to ask to pray prayers for Toby Bertrand. Toby's a good friend of mine, and his mama, Patsy, I love her to death, and Liz, and Possum and the gang. You know, growing up with them, you know. Me and Possum were hippies together back in the days, you know, and Liz. But anyway, we asked for prayers for Toby, and Liz Bayrard and her family. Liz is my godchild. Her husband passed away a few months ago, and we asked for prayers for that family. We also asked prayers for Charles Chardonnay, that's Jeremy Chardonnay, his dad. Jeremy is a cook at St. John's Restaurant in San Juan, and he's a great cook. He's about one of the best cooks. Wouldn't you say, Richard?
I say he is the best.
He is the best. He's a great cook.
I am not kidding.
Good. And also for Vince Bro. Vince Bro is a power lifter like me, but he's a bunch of notches above me. And he had open heart surgery, so we asked for prayers for him. Let me see. And also for Jared Plantis and Carol, those are some friends of mine. We asked for prayers for them. And I think we've covered it.
There's somebody whose name I can't remember, but I was just told they're going to have to go through chemo for inoperable throat cancer. Mm-hmm. God knows who they are. My mother, who's going to be 89 December 15th, she's having some more senile memory issues. Mm-hmm. Going to try to see her in January because air travel right now is almost impossible.
Yeah, especially at this time.
Oh, yeah. And just for peace to prevail over Ferguson, Missouri.
Yeah.
And the rest of the country.
And the rest of there's a lot of turmoil going on. You know, in this world it seems, I don't know if it's because of the way the world is today. It wasn't like that when I was growing up. But, you know, it's a different world. But let me talk about, tonight we're going to be talking about love. And that's something that, of course, romantic love has eluded me just about all my life. But let me give a little scenario about my life. First of all, of course, I grew up in an upper middle class family. My dad was a pharmacist, but unfortunately, my dad never accepted me as his son. You know, and he verbally abused me all my life, intimidated me all my life. Never taught me anything except fear and rejection, and you know it was pretty tough. You know, although I had a great life as a little boy, you know, he was never around. You know, always ignored me. So as a little boy, I had a blast. It it was a great time to be born in St. Martinville and raised in that era in the 50s and 60s. But anyway, so my dad was never there for me, and I was his whipping boy, you know. And of course, maybe the schizophrenia started to come out in my late teens, and I had my nervous breakdown in the service. And back then, I really liked the women. I really wanted to go. Of course, it didn't happen. And the women left me alone. I was a sweetheart, and maybe that's why. Or maybe I was so insecure they didn't want somebody like that. I don't know. But because of that, I beat myself without mercy. Really, really bad. And it's a known fact that people with mental conditions tend to beat themselves up pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
Would you say?
I would definitely say so. I really gave myself a good beating about being schizophrenic. And when you have trauma the way you have it from abusive parents with their words, no wonder we're hearing voices in our head that berate us and contradict what we think or how we really feel. You know, if you're having people berate you and treat you like not much of anything, I mean, it's bound to happen to some degree that you'll have that on your conscience because that's how they want it, and that's how it is sometimes.
Like me, I've been a doormat all my life since the service, and it's not fun, you know. But I'll tell you, let me tell you something about you, Emily.
Okay.
You were berated, but did you fight back or you just took it? I think you just took it. Yeah. So that says a lot about you. That you know what that means, and it means, you know, like when I went to see Dr. Lynn Orridge, and the first time when I was having trouble with my wife before our divorce, of course, the schizophrenia was flaring. I went to see Dr. Lynn Orridge, and he prayed for me, and he told me that the Lord said you have a pure heart, and one day He would honor you. Well, you know, I've come a long way since then. And when I'm trying to talk about the pure heart, you know, even though you got berated and put down, you never lash back. So, Emily, that means you have a pure heart, too. We have pure heart. And Richard, too, you know.
Yeah, I mean, just because you're hearing voices doesn't mean you have to accept what you're hearing or accept the pain and the abuse from it. It's just, it's everybody's got issues, huh?
Everybody got issues, Even the Pope got issues.
Yeah, exactly. Even the Pope's got issues.
When you're all talking about the verbal abuse, my father would criticize but very rarely praise. My mother would praise but very often not criticize. So I was dealing with the contrast between that. My mother would stick up for me. My father, I'd come home, I would get an F in homework. I would not hear the end of it. And I went into depression and seasonal affective disorder being up in Seattle.
Oh, yeah, Seattle, where it's always raining,
It's always raining.
It would get dark at 4, and you could look at the forecast. Rain, 70%, high 50, low 40. You could repeat that forecast for 4 months. And the suicide rate is higher in Seattle and the northern states because of the lack of daylight, you know, during the winter. It can be as little as 6 hours.
That stands to reason.
But the way I coped was just withdrew into myself. I read science fiction from A to Z. I kind of pretty much was to myself. A wallflower. You try to get me to go to a school dance, I would be standing up against the wall, chicken.
Well, Richard, I can identify. I was terrified to talk to a girl. Scared out of my wits, you know.
Because you were afraid of what they were going to say.
Well, I was just scared, you know. That's what I grew up with, fear, you know. So, you know, it's like my psychologist, Dr. Lynn Orridge, told me, because of the meekness, the insecurity, the paranoia, and the shyness was because my dad never nurtured me in any kind of way. In fact, I've never even seen a human side of him where he was jolly or whatever. You know, I've never seen any of that.
And he was I don't want to berate anybody that you're talking about, but I can't find it strange that he was a pharmacist who didn't believe in mental health.
He didn't believe in mental health, no. I know,
That's
that's
so
strange, that's strange, yeah.
Was it the lack of education, maybe?
He
back
was
in
went
those
to
days?
Loyola, Richard. He had all the education
Well, I think he
anybody
means
could have.
like the stigma, right? Or the new.
Well, when
the
he was raised up in his education in pharmacy, did they touch upon any other issues?
I'm sure
Yeah,
they
that's what
touched on mental health, yeah. Yeah, they did.
But it just didn't click with them?
Well, it wasn't as well known as it is today, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But, you know, he never believed in mental illness. He thought you could pick up yourself by the
Yeah,
bootstrap. He never respected me even as a human being, you know. But, you know, that's, you know,
People of your generation's parents probably were a lot like that.
yeah, they
Yeah,
were.
mine-
Yeah.
mine
You know,
dad's
back
like
then,
that.
I put it in my book where the men provided the money and the place, the safe home to live in, and the mothers did the raising of the children.
Yeah.
That's how the society was back then. And you can't fault him, you know, he never had a father. You know, his father died early, he didn't know how to be a father. And those were the guys that beat the Germans and the Japanese, the
Yeah.
great generation. That's the
Yeah.
greatest generation of men we ever had, and they were tough, and they came home from the war, and they got married, raised their families as best as they could, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, you know, that's cool. And let me ask Jim. Jim, you ready to come on? Okay, so wait. Okay, we're gonna have Jim Nobles, who is the son of Denver Nobles. He's gonna be playing like we incorporated music into our show because music is a genre for peace, you know, and spirituality,
Yeah.
and it's good for mental health.
And he happens to be singing one of my favorite band's songs.
Come on.
What?
Cake.
Come on.
He's gonna, yeah. That's great.
What's Cake?
Excellent.
Woo.
They're a band in what, the 90s. Were they playing it in the 80s too, or just 90s? Yeah.
It's mostly 90s, but they're still
Yeah. They're still kicking?
Come on.
Okay.
Okay, well, we'll be looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And anyway, you know, we try to, you know, like this is the show about mental health and also the human condition. You know, we're talking about one of the emotions that, the strongest emotion in the world, you know, is love. And we're going to be talking about love and loving self. So here I go.
Okay.
Well, which one of those favorite Beatles songs?
All you need is love.
Yes.
All you
We
need
hear
is
over and over from self-help books and therapists, love yourself. Even on Twitter, there are thousands of tweets such as, you gotta love yourself or nobody will. Love yourself, love your day, love your life. Don't forget to fall in love with yourself first. There's all great advice. But do you know what it means to love yourself? Do you know how to love yourself? It's one thing to be told to love yourself and that you can't love others until you love yourself, but it's quite another thing to do it. If you were not well loved as a child, we talked about that, or you didn't have parents or other caregivers who role model loving themselves, it may be hard to know what it means to love yourself and difficult to know how to do it. Love is not only a feeling, it's a verb or an action. Take a moment to think about what it means to love a baby. You listen for the baby's feelings and attend to distress immediately. You keep the baby monitored on where the baby is sleeping so you know where the baby needs you. You hold and comfort the baby when he or she needs comforting, keeping your heart open to the baby so the baby feels your love and presence. You do all you can to create physical health for the baby. You mirror what is wonderful about the baby. You let the baby know in many different ways that he or she is vitally important to you. Not only do you feel love for a baby, you act on it. Now imagine that you have a baby inside you who needs all these same things. Loving yourself means embracing all your feelings with caring, compassion, gentleness, tenderness, and desire to learn what your feelings are telling you. Just as a baby's feelings are informational, letting you know that the baby is hungry, lonely, physically hurting, or uncomfortable, your feelings are also always informational. Your feelings are letting you know whether you are caring about yourself or abandoning yourself, whether others are being loving or unloving, whether a situation is safe or dangerous, whether you need to be kind and compassionate with the deeper feelings of heartbreak and grief. So what y'all think about that? Loving, there's so many assets of love,
Oh, I agree.
I mean, okay, there's people love, there's romantic love, there's love of food, there's the love of objects, there's the love of music, and I think what we're focusing on tonight is more like self-love,
Yeah, yeah, right on.
Yeah. Okay. Emily, if you could keep an eye on here.
Sure.
I can't see it, and let me know. Put this out the way.
It is art.
Yeah, definitely about self-love. I mean, I just experienced something recently. I think it's when you start to, it's like that song Madonna, like Secret. Something's coming over. Ooh, something's coming over me. My baby's got a secret. I'm sorry, but
that's great
when you
song.
start loving yourself and you can love others.
Yes.
Once you start doing that oil painting or that acrylic painting that you always wanted to do, or join that band that you wanted to, you wanted to be a band member, or anything that's good for yourself. When you're doing something good for yourself, writing a book, writing a screenplay, being a great, a wise person who works on computers, once you start doing those things, you're loving who you are and what you put out, you can put out for other people and share love.
Funny you mention that, because for a long time I doubted my own abilities about going to work for a company. I was terrified walking in the door of this company I used to work for recently. I thought, what are they going to think of me?
We got a phone call.
Got a call?
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Yes, okay. Yes, caller.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
That's one thing that's the commandment. Love our neighbor, love ourselves.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's in there, too.
Yeah, that's in the Bible, yeah.
That would solve a lot of problems.
Yeah.
I think that would be great if people could reach out to extend their family and their love to their neighbors. It's always work in your own backyard first, and it goes to show love yourself too.
Yeah.
Love thyself, love thy neighbor, know.
I mean, that still happens in some cases.
You love yourself, you'll love your neighbor, maybe.
Yeah, yeah. There's something what the Christians call agape love, that you'll love somebody no matter, it's a supernatural love, and it's got to be a supernatural, that you'll love them no matter what they do to you, And even the Bible says love your enemies, But which is very hard to do. But all that gets into something called spiritual love.
Yeah.
Well, as a parent,
And this isn't a religious show, but thank you, Mike.
As a parent, I can
That's a
tell
good
you
point you brought
that's one of the hardest things, because one of the first times my son did something wrong, it was hard to know I had to discipline him. Because I thought, how could this child I raised change diapers, had accidents, go do something bad that he deserved discipline for? And it was hard for me to do that because I hadn't had any training on how to deal with this. But because of that discipline, he straightened out. He had a couple of other bumps in life that were not really his fault, but
spoil the rod, spare the rod, spoil the child.
Right, and I'll tell you the funniest thing. I heard a sermon the other day, and they were talking about what it was like raising up kids in the back in the day. And the pastor said nowadays kids are telling their parents how to raise them instead of the other way around. Back in the day, I can remember being picked on by a bully. Principal comes over, towers over the bully, picks him up by the collar. He gets sent to the office, and he got what we call here in the South an old-fashioned whooping. Did he ever cause any trouble again?
No.
Was there tough love practiced? Yes.
I mean, I think tough love is doing what's best for somebody.
Yeah.
And even though it might be difficult, Like you, just like you were treating your son, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
You had to do something difficult
Was it
teaching
ever
him, and
cool?
yeah. And tough love is, you gotta be tough love on yourself too. Like, you can't be like, oh, I'm just gonna lay here all day with my thumb in my mouth, laying in bed. You know, you can't do that exactly. You know, but what you can do is do what you can to self-care for yourself.
Well, you just nailed it. You just nailed it.
Yeah.
Because I used to go one extreme to the other. When I got laid off on one job, I got depressed, sat around the house. I had no motivation to go out and look for work. 'Cause I've been laid off unfairly. This is about 10 years ago. I went into real depression and actually did not know about NAMI at the time. And then another event happened to our family beyond our control. Went into double depression. Tried one particular psychiatrist, and he overprescribed.
Yeah.
And I just found, I can't say his name, but he lost his license recently because he had a practice
Yeah, I've heard of him.
prescribing.
He's no good.
But all that was a learning experience. I didn't know about all the different new medicines for mental health.
Okay, I would like to say something about that, Richard, about NAMI.
Yeah.
You know, I've been to Christian churches, you know, and I've known Christians for 24 years, and I love Christians, but sometimes Christians don't, you know, they're only human.
Right.
And some of them have disappointed me and hurt me tremendously, broke my heart. But I still love them, and I'll still back them up anytime. But I'm trying to say, when you go to the NAMI support groups, you know, and there are Christians that go there, and some non-Christians, and you will get support, and you can talk about what's going on with you, you know, where you know, where in some of these religious groups, it won't gel with them.
Or you get labeled or said it's all demonic, and no, it's not that. The brain is an organ, and it should be treated no differently than any other illness, but there's still this stigma, there's still the stereotyping, there's still the uneducated assumptions. I heard this from a particular pastor, quote, it's all demonic. And
yeah, no, I've been there, done that.
Tried to talk to him, and he just wasn't willing to be educated, so I just let it drop, walked away from it.
Yeah, I mean, to think because somebody's been abused in their life, or they have post-traumatic stress, or borderline personality disorder, which actually is not even a disease. It's actually just some like a cause and effect kind of situation.
Okay.
To think that they're called dynamic, that we say, I can't pronounce it.
Demonic.
Because of their mental illness is pretty sad. I mean, I think people that have to fear mental illness at that level, there might be something wrong with them.
Yeah.
You know,
well, you know,
I'm
ignorant,
sorry.
or it could
I'm
be
sorry.
ignorance. Could be ignorance.
You can't even think about your own mental health that much. You have to berate other people for their mental health. Like, what's going on in your day? You know, like I don't get it.
Okay, how about this? Self-love is God's love.
Yeah.
What y'all think about that?
A+.
Okay, let me read that. Self-love could really become soul love, the foundation of it being God's love. When I realized that it was really always between me and God, life shifted. Rise above the mind and live in your spirit place. I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, Richard knows, and probably Emily knows, when they call me or I talk to them on the phone, there's music playing constantly because I love music. And that music is spiritual, very spiritual, you know, and it'll enhance your spiritual life. But I'm just saying that. But realizing there is no place within yourself that you need to vilify, or anyone outside of yourself you need to knock down spiritually in order to raise yourself higher. Wars have been fought in the world and in our minds, when really, if we can just know God for ourselves, we love. We love ourselves in the process, and that love overflows. We realize loving others is allowing God's love to flow through us. Take a moment and hear my words of God's love. I share this with you so you may feel the love also. My heart's truth is my guidance along the path.
Yes, I think that, I don't know, personally for me, when I'm having mania, and the sort of mania I have, I believe that all that more the God spiritual thing, because, well, things are all coinciding with each other and they're all making sense in my head and my world. But I think sometimes God will let you know He's there by the things He does, or the way He sets up your life, or the people you meet. Like, the people you meet can tell. Just there's a God.
Yeah.
Know there's something out there that's powerful. Like how I met my love, my soulmate, who's here tonight but is not on the show. And maybe I'm not just talking about that kind of love, because we're talking about self-love, and they're definitely. God will show you Himself, or not Himself. I shouldn't say that. I don't think it's a Himself situation, but
God will talk to you intuitively, or even He's talked to people verbally. He's appeared to people, or usually I'll get messages and I hear from God, and it's intuitively, like consciously,
Exactly.
something happens, and or
that's
whatever.
a good place to be.
Yeah,
that's a good place to be.
Let me read some of this. When was the last time you leaped out of bed in the morning, excited about the day ahead? How about the last time you stopped to smell the flowers, danced in the rain, and jumped in puddles, or felt totally at peace in your world? To reconnect and enhance your spirituality essentially means rewiring those inner channels of excitement, wonder, and joy. Tapping into this energy creates wholeness, peace, and a renewed sense of meaning in life. It is so easy to do, enjoyable, and the results are instantaneously. First of all, let's look at the word spirituality. What does it mean? And we're talking about spirituality because spirituality, this isn't a religious show. We don't promote religion. I only promote Jesus, and that's as spiritual as I care to get, But well,
he had to have been a pretty interesting dude. I must say, you bet, right?
Well, let me explain. This is a guy that made the speed of light. And what's the speed of light, Richard? 140,000 miles a second?
186,286 miles per second.
Per second. This is the guy that created it. And yet, he came into this world. He was cool. He helped people. He healed people. He taught us
down
about
to our level.
Yeah, he came
down. And the thing is, he was misunderstood a lot. The Romans that hated the Roman government thought he was going to wipe out the bad Romans. He didn't do that, so they got all upset and bent out of shape. But he wept. Yeah. He had emotions. Well, he had pathos.
Yeah, he had the same emotions that we have, but he was supernatural.
He was. I don't want to speak out of turn, but
okay, let's go back to spirituality. Let me see, Jim, you ready to play? Okay.
Okay.
Tell us when you're ready.
Introduce it.
Huh?
Introduce it.
Okay. Well, now, since we're talking about spirituality and music and spiritual, we're going to introduce our musician for tonight. And this is Denver Noble's son, a good guy. If he came from Denver and Roseland Nobles, he's a good guy. And his name is Jim Nobles, and he's going to play a little music for us.
How's it going? Oh no, y'all are my audience. How's it going? Give me a good yeah. I mean, people that are used to seeing me play, they're used to being along, getting along in it, and so. How are y'all feeling? Thanks for that smattering of support from this huge live studio audience. Well, this is a little something that speaks to the heart of spirituality of music and just getting it going. So,
Okay.
Here we go. Don't wanna be with you. I wanna fly away. I wanna fly away. I'm so sick of work. I'm so sick of play. I don't need another day. I'm so sick of work, I'm so sick of play, I don't need another day. I wanna fly away. I wanna fly away. So here's the part where we're all going to feel it a little spiritually together.
All right.
All that negativity that you were talking about. You know what I'm talking about, Bob?
Yeah.
All that pain. All that holding you down. All that time you spent away from home and away from your loved ones.
Yeah.
All that. We're going to get it out right now. The 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 of us. So I'm going to give you all the part, and y'all are going to start singing. And then sooner or later, I'm going to sing on top of y'all, and we're going to be one big band.
Okay.
So y'all ready for that?
Yeah.
No, I said, are y'all ready for that?
Yeah.
All right. Now let's hear those pipes, y'all. I want to fly away. Come on. I want to fly away. Keep going. I want to fly away. Keep going. Let me hear you. I want to fly away. Keep going. I'm so sick of you, so sick of me. I don't want to be with you. I'm so sick of me, so sick of you. I don't want to be with you. I want to fly away. That was beautiful, guys. Thanks.
Jacob, how's the sound? I can't hear it. You want to play another one, Jim?
Play another one, Joe?
Where are you looking at on time? Y'all want to talk a little and then I'll figure out what I'm going to play?
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit and you can come back again. Tell us when you're ready.
All right.
Okay. Let me read a little bit more of this picture. That was good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Let me read. This is about your spirit. You know,
Well,
like
that's the self-love thing. Sometimes you got to say, hey, I'm sick of you. I need to fly away.
Cool.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Where's the camera?
That's camera, Jacob.
Y'all keep talking.
Okay.
So,
Jacob. Okay.
We're in incognito.
Okay, ladies and Jim, can you get Jacob?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll keep on talking till we get a picture.
yeah.
Well, you got our voice.
Yep.
On-
We're here.
On a practical, mundane level, spirituality is an awareness and appreciation of the energy of life force which moves us, yes, spirit. What it means to an individual varies according to their degree of awareness and focus. What is spiritual is what inspires us, lifts us, and somehow broadens our senses. There we are. Hi.
Hi.
I'm Bob.
There we are.
This is Emily. That's Richard. How y'all doing?
TV.
Glad to meet you.
Glad to meet
Glad
you.
to meet you.
Live television.
Okay, let me read some more. This is about the energy we all have. We can consciously become sensitive to our own energy fields, and we can manipulate this energy to increase our sense of pleasure and enhance our spirituality, loving self.
Yeah.
When we admire something, our energy expands to encompass the objects of our desire. We are more open and receptive. Now imagine getting a fright. Can you sense how you feel? Your feel reacts. It constricts close to you as if protecting you. It is possible to visualize and sense our energies, feels expanding and contracting as well as being compact or diffuse. That's interesting. You know? Okay. By raising our energy fields through feeding them with positive input, that this includes appreciation of beauty, visualization, meditation, healthful diet, listening to cool music.
Yeah. Like
We
tonight.
become more aligned with our spiritual or higher selves, as well as our sense of purpose in life. Once we begin to consciously participate in raising our spiritual awareness, an amazing and remarkable thing starts to happen. A stronger sense of life direction will emerge through the medium of guidance. This guidance can take many forms: coincidence or synchronicity, you know what that is, Rich? And through the avenues of dreams. Okay, that's interesting.
Synchronicity be, wow, like things that don't seem to be connected that start to work together. Am I getting that right?
Yeah, I guess so. Like, listen to this. Young was one of our 4 founding psychiatrists. Young was fascinated by synchronicity. A chance encounter changes the course of a life. A dream becomes real through an amazing series of events, or thinking about someone just before they call, or all a part of this. Many cultures have believed in omens or messages from spirit. They were aware of the many forms this guidance takes. Of course, I believe in the Spirit of God, and of course, I think that's the only spirit that's, well, there's demonic spirit. There's bad spirits out there.
I mean, not to get too like.
We're getting a little off base.
No. I mean, I don't. I mean, I was just in the hospital recently, and I'll tell you, I might be speaking out of sanity, but I think there is a battle of good and evil in a
there is.
way,
There is.
you know?
There definitely
I mean,
is.
like, even as far as, politicians and everything, there's just a battle of good and evil.
Yeah.
And within self, too. I mean,
Of course.
Of course within self, too.
You talk to guys, and guys I've talked to Christian guys a lot, and they say they fight their demons every day, you know. The inner mind and, ourselves,
Yeah, the person that thinks they have no demons, like, even the Pope, I mean, come on. We all have demons.
Yeah,
we all have them.
We all have issues. We'll call it issues.
With a challenge.
You ready, Jim?
issues, yes.
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Go for it.
I can do another one.
Okay.
Is Jacob ready?
Yeah. Jacob, you ready?
All right. So I don't know where we're at on time. This is y'all's show.
We got it. You got it. You can sing a song. Go for
I
it.
can do one or I can do two.
I'm not sure. We'll see.
We got 16 minutes.
We got 16 minutes. Well, y'all, then I'm going to keep with the theme of love.
Okay.
This is a song that I wrote. These are some of the deepest lyrics that I've ever written.
Okay.
And it's a song about love, and this is the PG version.
Okay.
If anybody ever wants to see me 225 Wall Street, then there's a good chance I'll do the adult version of this.
Oh, yeah.
But we're gonna do the family friendly version this time. So.
Okay.
I mean these three people right here. I really love you. Thanks for having me on tonight. I really appreciate it.
It's a pleasure.
And baby, I think I love you. Yes, I do. And baby, I wanna love you. I'm gonna love you. Alright, y'all ready to sing again? I say baby, and then you say I really love you, okay? Alright, so it goes like this. Ready? It comes back around. You ready? I'm gonna go. Baby,
I really love you.
I really love you. So there's a rest there. Y'all ready? Okay, we'll try it again, all right? Baby,
I really love you.
yeah, now I'm gonna say it as loud as I can, and I want y'all to say it as loud as I can, and I want everybody from 101 Jefferson all the way to 225 Wall Street to hear us sing tonight, okay? So you ready? I'm gonna cue y'all, and y'all just say, I love you. Well, I really love you, okay? You ready? All right, so, baby, 1, 2, I really love you. Oh, come on, let's let them hear it. So, ready? I'm gonna, baby, I really love you. Yes, I do. And baby, I really
Love you.
I love you guys too. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
My name is Jim Nobles, and I'll see y'all around.
Thank you, Jim.
Encore. Encore.
Fantastic.
That was awesome, Jim.
I
You
love
wanna
how
come
you
back?
do. I love how you do that. You put your instruments. You're a one-man show for sure. You put
how
your
do you do
instruments
that?
on there to play them with you. I didn't know that's exactly how you were doing it before I saw.
I
that
just
on
owe a
the
lot
web.
of thanks to a friend of mine named John Colvin who had this and didn't want to play with it, and he let me have it.
Oh wow! What a
really
machine.
amazing.
So it's a Digitech RP255. You know, to be quite honest, that's the first time I've looked to see what it is. I just figured out how to do what that is, and then I went from there. You know.
You wouldn't have to
Love
know
it.
any Beatles tunes?
Are you trying to get my mom to drone me out of the family when I say not yet? I do. I know some. Actually, I know one that's appropriate, but that's up to y'all if y'all want me to do it.
Well, why don't you sing it?
Go for
Yeah.
it.
Why don't I sing it?
Or play
It's been so long. Let me see. You know what? I don't know it. It's not a Beatles tune.
Okay.
It's been a long time since I played it. But I can do one more if y'all want.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see here. Make sure everything's in the right place. And there it is.
Cool.
Alright, my amp's not on, but the band's still kicking. When you were here before, look you in the eye, just like an angel, your skin makes me cry. You float like a feather in a beautiful world. You're so very special. I wish I was special, but I'm a creep and I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't care if it hurts. I wanna have control. I want a perfect body. I want a perfect soul. Whoa, 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 whoa. Shoot, I want you to notice if I'm not around. You're so very special. I wish that I was special, but I'm a creep and I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Whoa, whoa, she's running away again. She's running. She runs, 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 runs. Yeah, she runs. So whatever makes you happy, whatever you want, you're so very special. I wish that I was special, but I'm a creep and I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Whatever makes you happy, whatever you want, you're so very special. I wish that I was special, but I'm a creep and I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't belong here. Thanks for having me, though.
Thank you, Jim. Jim Noble. That's Devin Noble's son. Devin and Rosalind Noble's son. Good guy.
Yeah.
Denver and Rosalind run the support group for NAMI. that me and Richard and Emily go. Emily's one of the facilitators. So we get good people on here. We always do. We got a great show.
Wow.
Now, before we go, okay, okay. Here's something that I'm gonna pass on to y'all. How to know if that person truly loves you. Okay, y'all ready? Mm-hmm. See if the person talks about your future together, like it's a given. Mm-hmm. Like you talked to Andrew about getting a house and all that, like it's a given. Yeah. See if the person gives you meaningful compliments. You know, like there's a difference between saying, I like your new haircut, and you have the ability to make me feel better no matter what. If the person gives you compliments that show that he really appreciates the important aspects of your character and personality. That's cool.
Not just those, your butt looks so good in those shorts. Your sandals are so cute. Like real things. Like, man, I like your soul.
Yeah.
See if the person really opens up to you. If your loved one really loves you, then she'll really open up to you or he and tell you what she's thinking, feeling, fearing, and longing for. Which brings up an interesting thing about my marriage. You know, when I was married, I told my wife everything about me, and she never told me anything about herself, you know. That just brings that up to mind, you know.
See, maybe she wasn't ready to get married.
Maybe she wasn't.
Maybe she was, you were maybe a spring chicken, huh? No? Was she a young one?
No, she was 7 years younger than me.
7 years younger, not a spring chicken.
See if your loved one tells you how much she misses you when you report. You're a given for that too, man, when you miss Andrew. See if the person is comfortable with pointing out your mistakes, you know?
Yeah, that's a good one because just like tough love, if you can give somebody tough love and they can accept it and they can grow from it, that's love.
That's love, yes.
Yeah, because you got to be able to take the
good
with
the bad.
You're doing
it to help them.
Yeah. Just like telling them that they have to, you know, brush their teeth or something.
Or pick up their underwear.
Pick up your underwear, brush your teeth. And they can listen to that.
See if the person truly values your opinion. If the person truly loves you, then he'll care about what you think. That's true.
Yes.
That's true. Okay, that's some interesting innuendos. Let me see something. I got something else. How y'all like my research? It's pretty good.
Yeah, your research is great.
Okay, now here's one. Here's something else. How do you know if you're in love? Okay, here's some things. The answer can change so much about your life from how you interact with a current or potential partner to how you view yourself to what goals you have for the future. Think you might be in love, gain some insight by considering these research-based signs of love and attachment. You're addicted to this person. I know you are. Love changes the brain. Okay, listen to this. This is when you're in love changes the brain in early stage relationships. That euphoria that people feel appears as heightened neural activity in dopamine-rich areas of the brain, areas linked to the reward brain system, that's the serotonin, and in areas associated with the pursuit of reward. There's even some hurt or activity in the anterior cingulate, the area of the brain linked to obsessive thinking, which is a classic experience when people are falling in love. That's interesting.
Cool.
Yeah, that is.
Cool. Okay.
We got about 1 minute, Bob.
Okay. Here's you really want your friends and family to meet this person. You definitely like this person and this person likes you. You really miss this person when you report. Your sense of self has grown. Yes. That's some of the things to know when you're in love, how they affect you. Jim Nobles, thank you, sir, for being on. Come say hello to everybody again.
Gotta.
I'm gonna sit on your research.
Okay, yeah, sit on. Jim Nobles, or we can't. We thank y'all for watching the show.
Yeah, it was great.
Everybody, we hope it has been interesting. We tried to talk about love, and y'all can see we all love each other.
Yes.
You know, we got a tight-knit group.
Yeah.
And we all belong to the NAMI support group.
Yes.
And we thank y'all for watching it. God bless.
God bless.
Jacob, how was it?
Started out rough there for the first minute, huh?
Got
it got better.
No, Jim could layer up